Nobody saw this coming, and yet here we are. The Philadelphia Eagles have made a move that is sure to stir the pot for the upcoming season. The team has traded tight end Harrison Bryant along with a fifth-round pick to the Houston Texans in exchange for wide receiver John Meshi and a sixth-round pick. At first glance, this might seem like a minor transaction, just another midsummer shuffle. But if you look closer, it's a move that perfectly illustrates the mindset of Howie Roseman and his approach to building a championship-caliber roster. Roseman has made a career out of identifying opportunities to improve the team and acting decisively, especially in the month of August, when the preseason is underway and the full contours of the roster start to reveal themselves. This is the moment where calculated risks are taken, where potential can be realized, and where subtle but impactful shifts in personnel can make all the difference for a team aspiring to defend a Super Bowl title. When it comes to understanding the strategy here, context is everything. Earlier this month, the Eagles also added quarterback Jacqueline Bennett, a former fourth-round pick who earned a starting role with the Las Vegas Raiders in 2023. Bennett brings a combination of athleticism, intelligence, and raw physicality that the Eagles clearly valued, and his presence speaks volumes about Philadelphia's approach to the quarterback position. Going into the offseason, the Eagles were dealing with a significant question mark at quarterback. Key Ringo and Adoree Jackson had both shown flashes of potential, but neither had cemented themselves as a clear starter capable of leading the team and producing the kind of consistency expected at the NFL level. Bennett's addition immediately shifted the competitive landscape, not just for the backup role, but potentially as a future starter, as he joins a group that already includes Ringo, Jackson, Eli Ricks, and McWilliams to compete opposite Quentin Mitchell. The team's willingness to make bold moves at such a pivotal position underscores Roseman's philosophy. Don't wait for problems to become crises. Address them proactively and decisively. But while the quarterback position has understandably garnered attention, it's the wide receiver group that has seen a subtle yet fascinating shakeup with the acquisition of John Meshi. Heading into the offseason, wide receiver wasn't widely perceived as a pressing need for the Eagles. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Jan Dotson are firmly established as the team's top three wideouts, and the organization has consistently shown confidence in the depth behind them. But the first 2 weeks of the preseason have revealed that Philadelphia's front office and coaching staff are thinking several steps ahead, analyzing talent, testing chemistry, and looking for players who can make a tangible impact in multiple ways. Johnny Wilson, for instance, has taken advantage of the opportunities he's been given. In the preseason opener, he used his size and athleticism to great effect, making contested catches and demonstrating a level of physicality reminiscent of legendary receivers. His ability to climb and secure the ball over defenders and to make highlight reel plays shows that he is not only capable of contributing, but potentially developing into a reliable option in the Eagles' rotation. Similarly, Ainias Smith has been turning heads with his versatility and special teams contributions. From long punt returns to third down receptions in critical moments, Smith has demonstrated a combination of speed, elusiveness, and football IQ that makes him a player worth watching. Then there's Darius Cooper, an undrafted gem from Tarleton State, who has been quietly impressing with his route running, ability to create separation, and poise in catching contested passes. Cooper's size, speed, and athletic profile make him a player the Eagles clearly see as a high-upside contributor, someone who could develop into a meaningful piece of their offensive puzzle over time. The question now becomes, what does John Meshi's arrival mean for this crowded wide receiver room? The roster, as it stands, already features a competitive group of young, dynamic players who have been producing and showing growth in practice and preseason games. Meshi, a former second-round pick out of Alabama, enters the mix with a unique background. His collegiate production was elite, featuring standout years that saw him put up impressive numbers, often serving as the second option alongside other top-level talent at Alabama. However, his transition to the NFL has been challenging, largely due to circumstances beyond his control. He missed his rookie year after being diagnosed with leukemia, and although he has since recovered, The path to establishing himself as a productive professional has been complicated by depth charts stacked with established receivers and an inconsistent opportunity to find a rhythm on the field. Despite these hurdles, Meshi possesses the tools and pedigree that make him a tantalizing addition for a team known for its development of skill position players. Philadelphia's wide receiver coaching staff, led by Aaron Moorhead, has a strong track record of nurturing talent, turning players like A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Darius Cooper, and others into consistent playmakers. Meshi fits the mold of a player who can benefit from this environment, with his experience in the SEC against top competition providing a foundation for growth and eventual impact at the professional level. Analyzing Meshi's stats, while modest at the NFL level, doesn't tell the full story. In 2023, he recorded 16 catches for 158 yards. In 2024, he posted 24 catches for 254 yards and a touchdown. These numbers are not eye-catching, but they do not account for missed opportunity due to injury, depth chart competition, and the need to regain form after a significant health setback. What the Eagles see is likely a player whose ceiling remains high, a receiver who, given the right environment, coaching, and opportunity, can contribute in multiple ways, whether as a situational target, a deep threat, or even as a gadget player on certain packages. Philadelphia has never shied away from developing talent over time, and the arrival of Meshi signals that the front office is thinking both short-term and long-term. How can this player contribute immediately, and how can he become a consistent, reliable option in future seasons? At a more strategic level, this trade demonstrates the calculated roster management that Roseman has become known for. Moving Harrison Bryant and a fifth-round pick for Meshi and a later-round selection may seem minor in isolation, but it's part of a larger pattern of roster optimization. Roseman has repeatedly shown an ability to identify opportunities to improve the team in August, acquiring players who may have been overlooked or underutilized elsewhere, then finding ways to integrate them effectively. Past examples abound. The acquisition of Bennett at quarterback, the addition of Jan Dodson in 2024, Alberto Quegbunham in 2023, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, and various others. All moves time to maximize impact when evaluation becomes clearer in the preseason. These moves are rarely random. They reflect a philosophy of proactive improvement, keeping the roster competitive, adaptable, and filled with both immediate contributors and high-upside prospects. Ultimately, this move reflects a broader trend in the Eagles' approach: careful, opportunistic roster management that balances immediate needs with future upside. Roseman is clearly not done tinkering with the roster, and moves like this one demonstrate an acute awareness of timing, opportunity, and fit. The addition of John Meshi does more than just add a name to the depth chart. It signals intent, ambition, and a willingness to invest in players with untapped potential. For fans, it creates excitement and speculation. How will Meshi fit? Which young receivers might see reduced roles? Will Cooper, Wilson, or Ainias Smith need to battle harder to secure their spot? The answers will unfold over the coming weeks as the preseason continues and as the Eagles finalize their roster. But the message is clear. Philadelphia is actively shaping a team capable of competing at the highest level, and no player, position, or draft pick is too small to be considered in that ongoing process. As we dive deeper into the impact of John Meshi's arrival in Philadelphia, it's essential to contextualize what this means for the wide receiver room, the offensive scheme, and the team's overall strategy for the 2025 season. The Eagles' receiving core has always been a point of pride for the organization. Over the past several seasons, the team has emphasized speed, route precision, and versatility, creating a dynamic attack that forces defenses to account for multiple threats at every level. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith have emerged as elite options, combining size, speed, and playmaking ability that consistently draw attention from defensive coordinators. However, beyond the top two, the Eagles' depth chart has been a fluid and highly competitive environment, with younger players like Jan Dodson, Ainias Smith, Johnny Wilson, and Darius Cooper all vying to prove their worth. The addition of Meshi intensifies this competition and adds a layer of complexity to roster decisions. both for the coaching staff and for the players themselves. John Meshi's collegiate pedigree cannot be overstated. Coming out of Alabama, he was widely regarded as one of the most physically gifted receivers in his class, possessing a combination of size, athleticism, and route-running proficiency that made him a legitimate second-round talent. In college, Meshi's ability to create separation against top-tier defensive backs, his precision in catching contested passes, and his reliability in critical situations made him a standout performer. Despite these credentials, his early NFL career was disrupted by circumstances entirely outside of football. A leukemia diagnosis sidelined him for his rookie season, and while he has since recovered, the gap in competitive play at the professional level has inevitably slowed his development. What the Eagles are acquiring is a player with immense raw talent who is now fully healthy and motivated to make a mark, provided he is given the right environment and coaching. Philadelphia's track record in developing wide receivers makes it an ideal situation for Meshi to transition from potential to impact player. One of the most intriguing aspects of Meshi's skill set is his versatility. Unlike some receivers who excel in one specific area, speed, jump ball situations, or separation off the line, Meshi offers the potential to contribute across multiple facets of the game. His ability to line up both inside and outside allows the Eagles to experiment with a variety of formations, creating mismatches against defenders of different sizes and skill sets. In an offense led by a quarterback with both mobility and accuracy, such flexibility is invaluable. The Eagles can deploy Meshi in slot positions to exploit coverage weaknesses, or as a wideout on the perimeter to stretch the field vertically. Additionally, his size and physicality make him a credible red zone threat, adding another dimension to an already potent offensive attack. This versatility not only enhances Meshi's personal value, but also provides the coaching staff with creative options to maximize offensive efficiency. Beyond the XS and OS, Meshi's presence affects the psychological and competitive landscape of the wide receiver room. The Eagles have cultivated a culture where internal competition drives performance, and Meshi's arrival raises the stakes. Players like Johnny Wilson and Darius Cooper now face the challenge of proving their worth not just against each other, but against a player with a high ceiling and a history of elite-level production in college. This dynamic forces continuous improvement and fosters a mindset where no player can rely solely on past achievements. For younger receivers or those with limited playing time, this is a trial by fire, a chance to sharpen skills, embrace accountability, and seize every opportunity. For veterans and established contributors, it reinforces the need to maintain peak performance, adapt to evolving defensive strategies, and continue building chemistry with the quarterback. Philadelphia's wide receiver room also highlights the organization's broader approach to roster construction. Rather than focusing solely on established stars, the Eagles have consistently invested in high-upside players who may have been overlooked, underutilized, or recovering from setbacks. This approach serves multiple purposes. It maintains depth, mitigates risk in case of injury, and creates opportunities for the discovery of unexpected talent. Meshi fits perfectly into this philosophy. While he may not yet have a proven track record at the NFL level, his ceiling is considerable, and his acquisition demonstrates the Eagles' commitment to balancing immediate needs with long-term potential. By blending proven performers with developmental prospects, the team ensures flexibility in both game planning and roster management, allowing for adjustments based on performance, matchups, and evolving circumstances throughout the season. Examining the statistical aspect of Meshi's professional journey provides further insight into his trajectory. Over 2 seasons, he accumulated 40 receptions for just over 400 yards and a single touchdown. While these numbers might appear modest, they fail to capture the nuances of his situation. Limited playing time, recovery from serious illness, and depth chart constraints all contributed to lower production. What is more important is what scouts and coaches have identified through practice, preseason opportunities, and tape study. Meshi possesses excellent ball tracking ability, reliable hands under pressure, and an aptitude for running precise routes that maximize separation. These intangible traits often distinguish good receivers from great ones, especially in systems that value timing, chemistry, and situational awareness. Philadelphia's offensive scheme, with its focus on quick reads, intermediate routes, and maximizing mismatches, is well suited to harness these qualities and translate them into tangible results on the field. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers have been circulating around the NFL landscape for weeks, and today, the murmur has solidified into something tangible. Tyreek Hill has confirmed his arrival to the Philadelphia Eagles. The news has sent ripples through the sports community, igniting speculation, excitement, and a flurry of social media activity as fans and analysts attempt to dissect the implications of this potential game-changer. Hill, known for his blistering speed and playmaking ability, has long been a figure whose presence on the field can alter the trajectory of a game within seconds. The Eagles' offense, already formidable, now stands on the precipice of a transformation that could elevate the team into a new echelon of dominance within the league. Insiders suggest that negotiations, while kept discreet, were marked by a combination of strategic patience and aggressive pursuit, reflecting the high stakes involved in landing a player of Hill's caliber. The aura surrounding his arrival is not just about statistics and past achievements. It's about the potential ripple effects throughout the locker room, the dynamics among receivers, and the chemistry with quarterback Jalen Hurts. Analysts are already predicting shifts in defensive schematics league-wide as teams scramble to anticipate how to counteract Hill's unparalleled acceleration and route-running precision. In whispers exchanged in locker rooms and press conferences, there's acknowledgement that the Eagles may now possess an offensive weapon whose impact transcends ordinary expectations. Beyond the immediate on-field implications, Tyreek Hill's presence in Philadelphia stirs conversations about identity and ambition, both for the franchise and its passionate fan base. The Eagles, a team with a storied history and loyal following, now have the opportunity to redefine the narrative surrounding their offense, blending explosive talent with the disciplined strategies that have characterized their most successful campaigns. Speculation abounds over how Hill's skill set will integrate into the existing schemes, whether he will assume a primary deep threat role or be woven into more intricate patterns designed to exploit mismatches against opposing defenses. Rumors suggest that Hill's arrival could prompt a ripple of roster adjustments, potentially impacting personnel decisions, target distribution, and even the long-term trajectory of emerging receivers who may now have to share the spotlight with one of the league's most electrifying players. The excitement is palpable, and social media platforms have erupted with both celebration and analysis, as fans weigh in with projections, highlight reels, and debates over the potential transformation of the Eagles' offensive identity. Observers are particularly intrigued by the strategic implications for the coaching staff, tasked with maximizing Hill's talents while maintaining cohesion and rhythm across the offensive unit. The chatter is incessant, a mixture of optimism and cautious curiosity, as pundits speculate that this move could be the catalyst for a championship run, or at the very least, a season defined by record-breaking moments and unforgettable highlight plays. The financial and contractual dimensions of Tyreek Hill's move to Philadelphia also dominate discussions behind closed doors, adding another layer of intrigue to an already compelling saga. Industry insiders suggest that negotiations were complex, involving not only salary considerations, but also incentives tied to performance milestones, playoff appearances, and individual accolades. The murmurs hint at an agreement structured to reward both immediate impact and sustained excellence, reflecting the high stakes and the Eagles' commitment to assembling a roster capable of contending at the highest level. This financial architecture is speculated to influence broader league dynamics, as other franchises observe the terms and ponder adjustments to their own strategic planning and response. Hill's presence, meanwhile, is expected to elevate ticket sales, merchandise revenue, and broadcast ratings, creating an economic ripple that extends far beyond the confines of Lincoln Financial Field. Rumors also swirl regarding Hill's personal motivations and the conversations that guided his decision, with sources suggesting a blend of competitive desire, alignment with coaching philosophy, and the opportunity to leave a lasting imprint on a team hungry for playoff glory. In essence, the news of Hill's arrival is not just a football story. It is a narrative charged with financial, cultural, and emotional resonance, with each new whisper amplifying the sense that something transformative is underway. The intrigue grows as analysts and fans alike anticipate the first practice, the first game, and the first electrifying moment when Hill's presence will shift the balance on the field and redefine the league's perception of the Philadelphia Eagles. In terms of on-field strategy, Tyreek Hill's integration into the Eagles' offense is already the subject of intense speculation, as coaches and commentators weigh the myriad ways in which his speed and agility can be leveraged. Rumors abound that the playbook may expand to include more vertical threats, jet sweeps, and innovative route combinations specifically designed to capitalize on Hill's unique skill set. Analysts theorize that defenses across the league will be forced to reconsider coverage schemes, adjust safety alignments, and prepare for an athlete capable of creating separation in mere fractions of a second. The chemistry between Hill and quarterback Jalen Hurts is perhaps the most intriguing variable, with whispers suggesting that off-season training sessions have already focused on timing, release points, and explosive reads to maximize efficiency. Observers speculate that Hill's presence could also influence the development of other receivers as they adapt to a shared spotlight and increased defensive attention. Rumors in coaching circles hint at the potential for trick plays, misdirection schemes, and deep passing concepts tailored to exploit Hill's acceleration, making the Eagles' offense more unpredictable and dynamic than ever before. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.